Hello, and welcome to I'm a Podcast, episode 7. I did my homework. It's 7 this time.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. What's up, Levi? I haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks.
What's up? Yeah, it's cause you basically were pronounced dead.
Yeah, I got COVID for the first time ever
How we
in
got
my entire life.
So, can you give me a review?
A COVID
review?
Right.
How was
So I
yours?
woke
It
up,
affects a lot
and
of
I was
people
like,
differently.
wow, so I went to bed on a day 0, went to bed. Day 1, woke up, and I was like, wow, I don't feel as good as when I went to bed. It's not that good. Day 2, urgent care.
Now I was...
Day 3, emergency room.
Oh. Oh, man.
Day 4, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. Man, I felt pretty good ever since then.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, so it was just it did burst damage to you.
It was a gigantic incline into, nah, dude, you're fine.
What the heck? What they do to you in there? What do they have in those hospitals that I don't know
No,
about?
they didn't do anything to me, honestly. I just sat in the hallway for like 7 hours and went home.
What?
It's kind of lame. Yeah, because like the rooms are all full, so they're like, you get a little hospital bed in the hallway. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna sit here.
Did it feel like just
wait.
a really bad fever? Like, is that what your symptoms was kind of like?
No, dude, there was an hour on the bad day. I thought I was actually gonna die.
Oh.
Like it hurt so bad, my whole body. It was miserable. It was miserable. So I'm gonna give COVID a very strong 1 out of 10.
Would not recommend.
Would not recommend.
How was
And
your
like
breathing?
Fine. My breathing was totally
that's-
fine the
that's
whole time. I
lucky.
didn't have any breathing problems.
That's lucky.
I didn't even think it was COVID at first. I thought it was like a sinus infection because I've had several of those in my life, and it's kind of what it felt like.
Wow.
Like going into it, like I when I went into urgent care, I was like, dude, you got to give me some like amoxicillin, which is for what are they called? What did I just say? Sinus infections.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just really wanted.
I mean,
and he's like, no, dude, I don't think that's it, man. Take this COVID test, and he was right.
I don't think that's it, man. Here you go. Found this in the back.
He's like, let me fucking Q-tip your brain real quick.
You should have been like one of those weird doctors, Karens, where they think they know more than a doctor. Been like, I want the aromatherapy. I want all these crystals. I want these earth crystals around
to be surrounded by 47 candles.
Yeah, 47 candles. Doctor, don't interrupt me. I know what I'm talking about.
Detox from the chemicals, even though everything is a chemical.
This is the 5G in my system. The chemicals are from the frogs, from the gay frogs. The gay frogs are entering my bloodstream, and these earth crystals will stop me from feeling bad. I've done my research. And the doctor couldn't have said anything. Yeah, I got I got a rapid test and it said I had it, so take that with a grain of salt. But for me, it felt like a really bad fever. And I watched almost all of Futurama. Old Futurama. Nice. Still not new Futurama. I still have yet to see it. I know I said 3 episodes ago I was going to watch it and stream it illegally, but I never.
I feel like that was like the first episode we did. We talked about that really early.
I think it actually was like...
Yeah. There are currently, as of this recording, 6 episodes of the new Futurama show, I believe, and I've seen every single one.
And we're sponsored by them. We're sponsored by them. This is the announcement. We're sponsored by Futurama.
Who's your favorite Futurama character?
We're not actually. Oh, that's actually really hard. I love them all. Bender has like some of the funniest moments, but Fry can also have hilarious moments.
Did you know that Fry is also Farnsworth?
Yeah.
Is also Zap Brannigan.
He's also Zap Brannigan? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does a lot of it on the show, actually, I think.
I forgot about that. If I may have been shown that, but then I forgot. I might like Farnsworth the most.
Let me tell you what though. I'm gonna give you a. God, excuse me. I think they're doing something like they're splitting it into 2 parts. The new Futurama series, season whatever. I think it's 2 parts of 10, right? So let me give you a mid.
Wait, it's
first
like
part review.
One season is going to be 20 episodes.
I think it's supposed to be 20 episodes, but they're doing 10 and 10. And we got 6 so far. So let me give you a midway review, right?
Walking Dead does that. But with less episodes. Anyway, what's up?
Yeah, a lot of them do that. Anyway.
Walking Dead's the only other show in the world. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Anyway, why don't you talk?
Are you a Walking Dead guy?
Yeah. Not the most recent stuff, actually. I haven't really watched.
When did you stop?
Pretty much.
I know we're getting off topic, but
when the bridge blew up and Carl's dad
Rick
Grimes was dead ? But wasn't actually. So
did you see he's coming back?
Yeah, all I heard is that he actually wasn't dead, and then Carl actually died. And then all I ever heard was that Carl died
like a season before that.
Oh, really? Yeah. Shit, then it might... No, I stopped before that. No, when I stopped was actually way earlier. I just watched that clip. But when I actually stopped was when the guy with the bat, Negan, the season, Smith. Basically the season after his whole empire gets like fucked over by all of our heroes. He like escapes or something, right? He escapes him. He escapes Rick, and then Rick's like, "We're ready to frick him up," right? They like go and infiltrate their place. It's a big deal. It's a big fight.
Yeah.
There's a big fight.
Sure. They fuck around with that guy for like 2 seasons, but
does he like get with Maggie? Is that actually a thing?
No.
Okay, thank God. I was really gonna be like, how in the world?
They have their own show together now, but it's Maggie. Not. He's not risen her up. They're
okay, but they're work
doing
together
in like New York or something. I haven't seen it.
How in the world does she not just like murder him? That is. Well, she hates him,
but there's been so many time skips in the show that like when Negan killed Glenn, her husband, Invincible himself. When she killed Invincible, the cowboy from Nope. What's that guy's name? Steven Yeun.
Yeah, Steven Yeun. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeun. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, I love him. He's 39 years old. Just fun fact.
What? He does not look at all 39.
Yeah, he looks pretty good for 39, right?
Yeah.
That's why he plays a 18-year-old kid.
Dude, yeah.
Invincible.
He could be the Invincible actor if they ever did a live action.
Anyway, the time skips though, like Glenn died like 11 years ago or something.
Oh, it's that big of a time skip?
Maybe not 11, but like at least like 7 or 8, like because Judith, the baby from the first few seasons, she's like
an adult.
She got to be like 8. She's like killing zombies like left and right.
She's killing zombies as an 8-year-old.
Yeah, dude. They made her into a badass. They're like, it's your show now that Carl's dead.
Now that Carl's dead.
Now that Carl. Man. So anyway, my honest review of the first part of the first quarter of Futurama.
Oh yeah, with all that out of the way.
The first episode, right? They bring it back. Have you seen all of Futurama? Like pre that?
I actually I don't think I've seen like the last bit of season before.
Okay, the last episode was like super good. It's super good.
Yeah, something really big happens. He like
Not really.
No,
it's not really anything big, but it's a really good wrap to the season, and the way they actually. The way they did it was like they made everything into like a time loop or whatever.
Yeah,
and it was actually. Again, I'm getting off topic, but the way it was super cool was because when that season series finale happened originally, was that they did that, and it went immediately after that episode aired. They played the first episode, and it kind of worked. the way they did it.
Oh, okay.
Like it was just fun. But then the new one, they start and they kind of fix it, and it's kind of cool. And then the next 20 minutes is fucking garbage, dude. The first episode is trash.
Oh, of the new season?
Absolutely bad. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But
episode 2 to 6 is pretty good, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually.
First episode sucks.
Dude, after the first episode, I was like, I have no faith in this anymore. and then the rest, I'm just thinking to myself, like, how did they craft at least at this point 5 pretty good episodes? Like, they're not groundbreaking episodes, but it feels like Futurama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel out of place with like old episodes if they were all like on shuffle. Okay. But they crafted this one episode, which is just like, what is wrong with you guys? You just killed one of my favorite shows of all time.
They were probably eating those popcorn chickens that are...
If you're interested in the show, I think that you should definitely catch up, watch through it, and then
maybe watch first season of new season. First episode, new season. New season.
You still should watch the first episode.
Yeah.
But prepare to be disappointed, and the rest is pretty good.
Okay.
One of my favorite episodes of Futurama is when Fry becomes his own grandfather. Have you seen that episode?
Yeah.
I don't usually pay attention to these kinds of things, but that episode has a super cool title.
What's the title? I don't remember.
It's called Roswell That Ends Well. And I thought that was super clever. I really like when, actually, I don't know too many of them off the top of my head, but I really like when television series have good, like, episode titles. Like, do you remember the episode where Negan kills Glenn and Abraham? It's the season 7 opener.
That one. Dead. That one relives in my mind rent free for sure.
That's one of my favorite episodes of television. Period.
Yeah, that
followed by an immediate decline of extreme quality. Season 7, episode 2. Honestly, the next episode it's pretty bad, especially next to that giant. The name of season 7, episode 1 is "The Day Will Come When You Won't Be."
When you won't be.
Which is a throwback to the season finale of season 1, when Rick and his whole little crew finally get out of the CDC when they were locked up with Dr. Jenner, and he says, Rick's like, "Oh, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to leave and escape and this and that," and he says, "We're so thankful," and he goes, "The day will come when you won't be."
Oh.
And it's a throwback, and I thought that was super cool.
That is cool. A little throwback.
Because that's the day that it finally came.
The titles, they don't really show themselves too crazily either, right? Like, not at least if you're just watching. You have to...
What do you mean they? Oh yeah, titles, usually they don't. Most things do not show titles at all.
Yeah, you have to actually see it on like the Netflix screen or something.
Yeah, or like when you go to purchase it on iTunes or whatever people would purchase shows on back in the day.
Yeah, I watch all my...
On Xbox.
I watch all my Rick and Morty on iTunes.
Do you know any cool episode titles?
No. I don't pay any attention to any titles.
Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Wish I could. No, I haven't. I'm the one who knocks. I only know that. That.
You're doing yourself a disservice. I'm sure you've heard it a million times at this point, but that is like one of the greatest shows ever made.
It probably is.
It's really good. I ended up watching it with my roommate, or he had it on while he was like going through the series, and I kind of tuned in towards the very end, and I love the ending so much that I had to go back and watch the whole thing.
You're like, man, this is cool. It's what it's like with context.
Yeah, no, I didn't wholly understand it, but it was really good. And dude, that was a wild ride. And the movie, although a lot of people kind of think it's not as good, I think it's a pretty good movie.
I did not even know there was a movie. I had no idea there was a movie.
It's called El Camino. It was a Netflix original movie.
So it takes place after the show concludes?
It wasn't called Breaking Bad El Camino. I think it was just called like El Camino. So if you weren't in on it, you wouldn't have known.
Breaking Bad, the movie. That would be so terrible. Oh, so like,
but it does happen after the end. No, I don't think so. Okay. But it happens after the end of the series, and then also, I haven't watched it, but Better Call Saul is a prequel, from what I understand.
All I know is he's a lawyer. Saul? He's a lawyer?
Yeah. Saul Good.
Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman.
I think that's what I think that's an episode title. It might be the last episode is called It's Saul Good or something like that. Good. Like It's All Good.
So did you watch?
I don't know, man. Just sometimes the episode titles are pretty good. That's all I'm saying. It's not something people appreciate. I'm sure sometimes a lot of work goes into it.
I sure as heck don't.
One of the new episodes on the new Futurama episodes is called How the West Was Like 10111101. I thought that was cool too. You know, it's clever. It's cool.
Well, a lot of them are pretty clever, and a lot of the writers are clever too. That's probably why they're all going on strike right now. Is because
have you seen?
They're smart people, and then they're trying to be. What's that? What have I seen?
Have you seen how incredibly well, like the people who write Futurama have like a lot of degrees, like in science and stuff, and it's all super grounded, like in reality with the science.
Oh, the actual science. Anytime they talk about science, it's actually like legit.
Yeah, like a lot of the time.
It's like Interstellar, bro. Dude, you know gravity can travel through time, right? Interstellar says it does.
The secret, what I almost said the secret ingredient is love. The secret dimension is love or something.
Yeah, the secret dimension is love. They traveled through a black hole that was big enough for them to go through safely. That's how they did it. But they're actually...
That movie's actually super incredible. I like that movie a lot.
It is actually really good. I just like to meme on it. But I think I saw somebody explaining on a short recently why that planet actually did 1 hour equals 7 Earth years. There was like relativity stuff because it spins really fast. There's
clicks that you hear on that on the water planet. There's clicks you can hear as a viewer. It's a little bit more than or a little bit less than 1 a second, and that's like a day on Earth, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
So like it's actually works.
I still need to see Oppenheimer. I hear it's one of his better movies. Chris Nolan. Yeah, me and him are on a first name basis. Mr. Chris.
Chris Nolan's kind of cool.
I like him. I like his movies. We really are a movie podcast, aren't we? We're a movie and show podcast.
I like movies and TV shows a lot.
Yeah.
And I wish I've been building up a list of movies that I like either haven't seen in a long time and don't remember them at all, or that I like want to see because I've heard so many good things about them. What was the last good movie you watched?
The last good movie? Well, I think I already told you it was Full Metal Jacket. That was like an actually really good movie. But the last movie I did watch was Blue Beetle. And I gotta tell you, I have to tell you, this one was legitimately probably one of the best, if not the best, of the DC superhero standalone movies. It genuinely was. And before you say anything, you probably would find it kind of silly, but when you look at the movie and actually watch it, it's finally a DC movie that actually isn't trying to overstep its boundaries. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it focuses more on like the Latino culture, which when I watched it with Ed, and he said that it like nailed Latino culture super hard, really well. And believe me when I say this, I actually felt the same sense of wonder that I did back when I was watching like Spy Kids for the first time. it really wasn't bad at all. Like, it was actually kind of a fun movie. Some of the stuff in it was cheesy and kind of dumb. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was kind of dumb, but it kind of made me feel like a kid again, man. Like, it just made me feel kind of whimsical and wonderful. And I don't know, man. It just reminded me of when I was young. And I think there's something to that. Even if it was still very cookie, it was still very cookie cutter. It was like almost the exact same plot line as Ant-Man. It was just the
like
way
the
everything turns out. Yeah, the way everything kind of plays out.
Baskin Robbins was in it too.
Yeah, Baskin Robbins. No, Baskin Robbins wasn't. But yeah. Anyway, that's my review of Blue Beetle. Actually, not bad. Like 6.5 out of 10. Really not bad.
I will never watch that.
That's okay.
I don't have time for 6.5 out of 10.
I know you don't. I got it for free. Ed paid for me. I just realized he like basically took me on a date. It was really nice. He paid for my movie ticket and drove me there, and we watched it. I drove him back, or he drove me back. I didn't drive his car or anything, but it was really nice. Thanks, Ed.
Nice.
If you're listening.
Do you think Ed listens to our podcast?
No.
I think you've told me that he has a podcast himself, and he's been doing it enough where he got sponsored, but he's never listened to a podcast.
Not really. He's listened to like a few, but he really doesn't listen to very many. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't listen to a ton either. I listen to very few.
There are only a few I listen to as well, but like some of them I listen to a lot. There are a few that I'm hundreds of episodes into.
Maybe that's how it is for a lot of podcast listeners.
Yeah, I just find the ones I like, and then
yeah, because I think
there was one that I got into. There's one I
like listening to it like they're a friend, like they're a friend group.
Yeah, it's just part of the conversation. Kind of feels like hanging out with your buddies.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're just fucking funny, and it's just really cool to listen to. I don't know, it just makes you laugh. Comedy.
Yeah.
Ha.
We're so funny. We're a couple of funny guys.
What's your favorite comedy with two main people? Like two very specific main people where you couldn't tell me who the actual main guy is.
Doesn't have to be a movie or anything.
I was gonna say movie.
Oh, okay.
But like the other guys, like it stars Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, but you couldn't say one of them was the main guy over the other. You know what I mean? Where they're very equal.
Oh, like buddy.
Yeah, like sure. Or it doesn't have to be buddy. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, I was gonna say buddy cop, but like there are two main characters basically.
Yeah, but there's not like one that's like definitely like this is the main guy and that guy's a sidekick. Like
it's like
side main, like the two main, or like I haven't seen it, but I'm sure like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might be like that with Pitt.
Oh yeah, I need
DiCaprio.
To see that. I still haven't seen that one either. I'll probably watch that at some point. There's too many good games right now for me to be playing. I play too many games at the moment to be watching anything, but maybe once the games die down, I'll watch something. Anyway, you're asking me about two things. Probably Mulan, the old one, Mushu,
the
Eddie
only
Murphy.
one. We don't talk about the new one.
Mushu and Mulan. I almost said main girl. Forgot her name.
Like, I was literally like forgetting. You just said the name of the movie.
Mushu and the main character of Mulan.
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Whatever her name is, I don't remember. But yeah, Mushu. I feel like he was Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy was also in the buddy cop movie with Jackie Chan. Why am I forgetting that one? I forgot the name of it. Was that Eddie Murphy?
It's not Eddie Murphy.
No, it isn't.
It's Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. No, that's Chris Rock.
Pretty sure, yeah.
That's Chris Rock. No, it is, isn't it?
Are we awful? We need to.
I'm awful.
I'm gonna give it a quick Google.
It's not Chris Rock.
with Jackie Chan in Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah.
That's Chris Tucker. I got the guy's name wrong. I had the right guy in my
Chris
head.
Tucker.
Rush Hour, and then what'd you say? Mulan.
Yeah, I thought Eddie Murphy is the voice actor.
Eddie Murphy is that. Eddie Murphy's Donkey, isn't he?
He's also Donkey.
Yeah, that's the only part that matters.
Donkey and Shrek. Yeah, you can't. You can't. Neither of them are like the main character. In the movie Shrek. Shrek and Donkey. They're not. Neither of them. You could really say are the main character.
Yeah.
And you want to know why? You want to know why? I can tell. Because Donkey fucks a dragon.
Oh, that's not until the second movie.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Shrek?
A few times. Like a few times.
A few?
Yeah, probably like a few times.
Give me a number.
Probably 4 or 5. The first Shrek.
The first Shrek.
Yeah. The first Shrek. Yeah, probably like 4 or 5.
I think I've seen the first Shrek like 40 times at least.
Why?
And not even like anywhere near like
of your own will,
or were you like
just put Clockwork Oranged?
I don't know what that means, but like sometimes you just put it on. Like there's everything else is trash, and you just put it on.
When I was like 3 or 4, 5, I was into watching movies over and over and over again. I have a feeling your daughter's gonna do.
You had a VHS and like. Or a VCR, and you probably watched the same shit over and over again because it's all you had.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, my daughter already does that. I've seen Zootopia with her like 400 times.
That's her choice.
She likes Zootopia.
That's her poison.
Zootopia, Tangled, and The Princess and the Frog are the top 3.
Those are probably some good choices, actually. Your daughter has
and those are
taste.
when we're watching movies. We don't usually watch the movies. We watch a lot of Super Kitties.
I've never heard of Super Kitties. I don't know what that is.
It's a Disney Junior show. It's about little kitty superheroes. Their names are Buddy, Sparks, Jenny, Sparks, and Bitsy.
Jenny and Bitsy. Is it live action?
No, it's like little CGI cats.
Man, what happened to Disney live action? I wish it was live action cats.
They have like. There's like 4 bad guys that like recur throughout the whole show.
Are they dogs? Are they humans?
One's a dog. His name is Mr. Puppy Paws. One's a rat named Lab Rat.
I already knew. No, let me tell you. Let me see. Okay, so a dog. I already said dog and rat, so I already knew 2 of them. Is one of them a human?
No.
Okay. One more guess. One of them is a snake.
No.
Okay.
What are the other 2? I will give you. Oh. One's a bird.
Oh, dang it. Yeah.
It's like a little parakeet. And its name is Jaja.
Jaja. How inclusive.
And then the last one is a cat named Cat Burglar.
The other one's a cat? He's gonna face against his own kind like that?
Yeah, his name's Cat Burglar, and he likes jazz.
Cat Burglar, the jazz lover.
Yeah.
So, do they have superpowers also?
No. And so the other shows, I'm done talking about Super Kitties. The other shows are Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which is like Spider-Man, but it's very similar to Super Kitties.
That's another Spider-Man show? Interesting.
Yeah, but they're all like chibi, like they got like big heads. And
voiced by Tom Holland himself?
No, they're voiced by children. They're like little kids.
Oh.
It's not
chibi
good.
Spider-Man voiced by a child.
And this is the same thing where there's only like 4 villains or 5, like 4 villains that they just rotate through every other episode, or sometimes 2 in 1. Yeah, Goblin. My favorite part though is they call him Gobby.
They do. They really do.
They do.
They call him Gobby.
Every episode they call him Gobby.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah. He looks like comic book Green Goblin with the green skin and the like purple dumb hat with the
Dude, heck yeah.
The little things. And then they got Rhino, who might have like the unironically like the worst voice I've ever heard in anything ever. You should, if you're listening to this, anybody should listen to Rhino from Spidey and His Amazing Friends, because the voice acting is, it must be like the direction that they tell him to go, but like it's awful.
It's an actual child, right?
They all got to be like 8-year-old voice actors.
No,
or just adults doing like the worst things ever. maybe all the main kids are like adult women. Like Timmy Turner, the entire time was
they're all Timmy Turner,
a woman voice actor. I don't know, but and then the last one is Doc Ock, but it's like the female version of Doc Ock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from like, because didn't they do that for Into the Spider-Verse or whatever too?
They might have. I still haven't seen the second Into the Spider-Verse movie.
No, the first one.
Oh, the first one. Oh, that's right. The first one has the female one. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's like the main bad guy, right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
I haven't seen that one in a while, actually. Is that the main bad guy?
No, I don't remember if it is.
But she's in it.
There's like several bad guys in that, isn't there?
I haven't seen that movie since. Oh no, Kingpin's the main bad guy, I think. Right?
Dude, I don't know.
I think Kingpin's the main bad guy.
I did really like that movie a lot. I remember liking
really
it.
The second one is very good too. You should watch the second one because I like it a lot. There's only one thing in that whole movie I didn't like, and I don't want to tell you about it until you watch it.
I'll probably know too when I see it. I'll probably be like, yeah, I know how he didn't like that.
Maybe.
It's probably when Miles said something like, "I'm Miles Morales."
And this is a day in my life.
That's probably
something like that.
That's probably how he didn't like. I'll pinpoint it. I'll be like, and yep, that's what Howie didn't like.
No,
or probably when Gwen
there's some really cool parts in that movie though. Like it's pretty good, and I'm excited for the third one. I think it got pushed back though. It was supposed to come out next year, but
is Morbius
like you were saying
in
about
it?
Writer's Strike.
Is Morbius in it? Dude,
I don't think so.
Really poor choice of them to not put Morbius in it, but I'll give it a chance.
There's a lot of characters in that movie, and there's like one that really stands out that I really like. I bet you figure it out.
Is it 2049 Spider-Man or no? It's like way later in the future than 2049, isn't it? It's like
2099.
2099. Yeah.
I think it's less in the future than 2499. Is that what you said?
I said 2049.
Oh, you're off by 50 years.
That's a whole other.
His name is like Miguel or something.
That's a whole other generation. Miguel or something. That's kind of a cool name for Spider-Man.
Miguel O'Hara, I believe.
Yeah, I'll check out Spidey and Friends.
No, don't do that. Yeah. I told you not to. But you do have to listen to Rhino's voice actor.
Rhino, at least. Okay.
It's awful.
I like it. It's some good entertainment. It's what art is supposed to be.
Yeah. So we watched those a lot.
I don't know.
Those two.
Yeah, that's why the writers are going on strike. They're trying to put AI into stuff. Dude, earlier I saw a freaking short of this guy trying to be like, so they made this AI that writes entire episodes of South Park, and it's actually pretty funny. And he was going off about how cool it was. And then like everyone in the comments is in there saying, No, it isn't. It isn't that funny. It's pretty clearly written by an AI. It's very strange and off-putting. You can tell it's learning, but I don't know. For me, I feel like if we are to go into an age where AI is going to like entirely make things, maybe we won't be able to tell sometimes, but I just feel like it's art and movies are going to be devoid of human interaction with it, and you won't feel the soul that's there.
I feel like we're already nipping that in the bud. Isn't that part of what the writer's strike's about?
Yeah, the writers are really against it, and I fully support them. And I don't really want to support a film that would be entirely made in AI. when I watch a movie, I also think about, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I think about how they did it or what kind of trouble went into some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes when I see something that's really written, like, for instance, Into the Spider-Verse, right? You can look at that and watch the spectacle unfold over you and look and appreciate the time and effort that people put into that. And I think that elevates the experience of watching the movie even more. If you knew the Spider-Verse was made entirely in AI, I don't think it would resonate the same. At least for me. It wouldn't.
I just also don't think there will ever be a point where... So we're in when did that movie come out? 2018? 17? It was a little older at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think there will ever be a point when AI can mimic that. Like, that's wholly a movie that had to be touched by a lot of people to get everything correct. And I don't think that there would be a movie even nearly... There's no way. It wouldn't work. I just don't think AI is going to be that good.
Agreed.
I think there's going to be a plateau with AI. Like, it can learn some stuff, and it can do some stuff, or it can mimic some stuff, but I just don't think it can do it. I mean, you've seen Spaghetti Hands, like, right? The way that they do things with, like, the awful AI things.
Spaghetti Hands?
That's not the name of something. I'm just saying, their hands are awful.
Yeah.
There was one AI commercial they made that was going around, like, for a pizza thing.
I saw that one.
Yeah, it looks awful. It looks Have we talked about that already on the podcast?
No, not on the podcast. No, it's hilarious.
It's awful. Yeah, and they're like eating their own fingers, and like it's got like a weird catchphrase, and it's just like awful.
Yeah,
and it's moving at like 8 frames a second or something. It's jarring, and it's weird, and it's gross, and it's awful. And I don't think that we're going to get that much better than that. I think AI is good at making individual pictures, but when you try to put it into motion, it can't do it.
It can't, and the thing is that it really it's forever learning, right? It's going to keep learning and getting better and better. I mean, if you do look at its progress that it has made already, it is pretty impressive. But that's where I want it to stay, is to make our lives easier. I think it should be a tool, not completely replace things, you know? It should make our lives easier. Like, it should make the animators' lives a little easier, you know? Maybe it will help them with animations and stuff and learn. Because right now, I think I saw this with NVIDIA. One of their newer NVIDIA big things is that it's using AI to make graphics just look better and run smoother on a machine, because it uses advanced learning and kind of like it makes an educational guess on what you're looking at and kind of makes it look better, I guess. That's kind of what more advanced AI does for graphical stuff. Like Cyberpunk is going to get an overhaul that's going to have that feature in there. It's DLSS. If you've ever heard of that buzzword.
I've never heard of
NVIDIA
that.
DLSS. Yeah, no. It's using AI to make your game run better. Which that's a cool use of AI, right? You know what I mean? Cool. It learns and knows. That's where it should be. I don't want an AI to make a whole show for me. And if it does, it should stay in its lane, and it's like, hey, you know, that's a weird
actual television
show.
Put it on YouTube or something.
Yeah,
there's an audience for that. People would watch that, I'm sure.
There's already SpongeBob episodes. Have you been seeing any of those? They're entirely in 3D. They're not 2D, and I haven't seen really
SpongeBob
weird.
Episodes, but I've seen some of the voices they can do is pretty good, because I've seen like songs where it's like Plankton singing Mr. Brightside by the Killers or something, and it sounds like
and it's funny. It's a
voice
funny
actor, joke. Yeah, but you can tell.
Yeah,
like you can tell it sounds really close, but you can definitely tell it's not actually him.
Oh, and that actually reminds me of another thing, is them using that technology for music creators, music artists that are dead. I don't want to see that.
I just don't think that they should do it in any serious capacity. Like doing a little Plankton thing, or like as a voice actor, like, or, you know, something that you could make for fun.
Yeah.
But not like actually like, dude, we got
do and sell too.
We got Prince.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know. Is he dead? Prince is dead, right?
Prince is dead.
Like, we got Prince.
We have a full album.
This new album. It's called Prince 2024. You should listen to it.
It's all new music, but they use
from the future.
His voice. Yeah. I don't think I think a lot of people probably are on board with that too. And when I say that, I mean like they don't want to see that, because that's a legacy that a lot of those people left. That's a big part of it, is Michael Jackson and Prince and
they already had their time.
They had their time and they have their legacy, and I just feel like it would be almost disrespectful to do that. Not almost, it is. It's very disrespectful to do that. And just,
also
it's just weird. You're playing with a corpse at that point in a weird way. It's just gross.
There's already so many artists.
I've seen Juice WRLD
musical
stuff
artists
recently.
in the world that exists right now, right? There's so many artists right now. And imagine in 100 years, like, there's going to be so many more dead artists that people are going to be aware of. Classic. They'll be classic at that point. Yeah. Classic Lil Uzi Vert or whatever.
Classic Lil Uzi Vert.
Or, I don't know. I'm just throwing out random... I don't know. I don't even know who that is. But, like, eventually there's going to be so many dead artists that you can't have just AI dead people running around, because there won't be any lanes for any new people.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe if the world worked like Star Wars and everybody had Force ghosts, sure, that'd be fine. But
no,
we don't.
I hate Star Wars. I hate it. Just like I
don't hate it, but it's not that good.
I don't know. I'm gonna end the podcast. I think that was awesome.
You're gonna trigger a lot of people,
in, guys.
Just by saying, I hate Star Wars. All right, good night, everybody.
Listen, I will. Let's talk about Star Wars on the next episode. We're gonna set it up right now. Sure, Star Wars on the next episode, and I'll tell you why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening to, what did I say? This is episode 7.
Yeah, this is episode
7. My mic up for a second. My name's Howie. I don't think I said that. You're Levi. This was a great time, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.